Today I became offended because I'm easily offended about certain things. People being offended. General public's preoccupation with things they know nothing about and their desire to be heard. Mentality. The mentality that I need to have my opinion validated and heard. Like, I'm very sure global warming is real. Who gives a fuck what I have to say? Who gives a fuck what Donald Trump says? He doesn't know what he's talking about either. If Donald Trump talked about how to start a business with $0 by being a really good shuck and jiver, I mean, The Art of the Deal was supposed to be that. If he actually did that, that would be an excellent book. I'm not joking. He's notorious for going out of business, you know, the going out of business sale meme a lot. But, okay. I would not presume to explain how to do what he did. It would be a fascinating read, except I can't stand the ego he has. It's a personal issue. Mine, not his. But him saying anything about something he has no knowledge of, and any of you taking it seriously, that's a dead bang stupid thing to do. But then again, me saying I know how to run a business, I run a business, that doesn't mean I know what I'm doing. Me saying I know how to run a business, you shouldn't take my advice. So, when we deal with, and the video title will be something along the lines of gender-neutral critical race theories, assault rifles and assault weapons, paintball aesthetics. None of this has to do with anything I'm an expert in. Well, actually a lot of it does, but that doesn't mean anything, because it doesn't matter. I'm going to give you a very triggering, I'm trying to make it as triggering as possible, definition for a couple of things. Gender-neutral language, social policies, social institutions, social roles, and social structures, and gender-neutral societies are good. Now, by saying that, I should have pissed off everybody because but my pronouns on one side, and on the other side, there's only two genders, and I don't like your politics. I am waptek. I'm not a human being with a genetics or presentation of any kind as being male or female if I choose not to be. I can be a gender-neutral dot or a letter of the alphabet for my icon. It doesn't change whether or not I'm telling you the truth, offering you links to sources that I've used, offering to have you critique me. Because if you explain to me that I'm wrong and you're correct about it, then I won't be wrong anymore because I will acknowledge that I made a mistake and move on. That's how normal people work, you know. It's not about, oh, you misgendered me on a web board where you can't tell whether I'm male or female by calling me miss. Or if you did it intentionally trying to hurt my feelings because I'd care. What would I care? Someone asked me, are you a guy or girl? I'd say yes. If they keep asking, look, hitting on me doesn't work. I mean, you know, I can't tell from the pixels, you know. It's not relevant. If we're discussing ballistics of rocket trajectories to go to Mars and why Elon Musk is an idiot, it doesn't matter if I'm male or female. And if it does to you, honestly, it just sounds like you're running out of shit to talk about. So, yeah, gender neutrality is a lot like net neutrality. It is universally correct. Now I'm pissing everybody off because now that, oh God, and I can do this in such a way I don't sound like a liberal or conservative. I just piss everybody off. That's when I'm doing it right. Not worrying about gender in the United States is a lot like not having a language where a hammer has to have a male or female designation. Yeah, I'm insulting a specific entire language. Let's see if I can piss. I don't remember. Is it France? I keep forgetting. They're so forgettable. Who is it I'm pissing off by saying that hammers aren't male or female, they're just hammers? Seriously. I don't even know if it's French or German or something. I mean, they're similar, aren't they? Oh, now I've pissed off Germany. And Sweden is going to get in there in a minute. Oi! To the world. Now let's see what else I can do to piss you off. But no, really, gender neutrality, not bringing up pronouns unless they're needed, is good. And I don't care if I have pronouns. People mispronoun me all the time. Got mispronounced there. Oh, it's a joke. Next, we'll do the next one. What is the following definition I'm giving you? Now, this definition is absolutely truthful. I'm not sure if it's factual, but it's me attempting to start a conversation. How the media and laws and or social and political movements distort race and ethnicity concepts. Or how race and ethnicity concepts distort the media, our laws, social and political movements. What is this called? Now, saying it in a completely symmetrical way like that, and that they distort rather than using a neutral statement. Sounds like you're picking a fight, waptek. That's called critical race theory. That's literally what it is. It's about the study of how our concepts and perceptions of race and ethnicity fuck with our world, and how our world fucks with them. How our reality fucks with our perceptions and concepts of ethnicity, race, and let me just throw in gender versus sex versus our roles in society. But critical race theory, wow, it's almost like you're doing a theory about critiquing race, or I would add in gender subject matter in public discourse, criticizing the subject of bringing up race, creed, color, sex, orientation, why it doesn't really fix anything, and it can't be fixed by talking about the other things, that these things should remain somewhat isolated unless you can discuss them correctly. Critical race theory is being critical, it's a theory about being critical of the subject matter as it pertains to race and how we do things, or is it critique of race theory? Again, it's about distorting ethnicity and race concepts and how those race and ethnicity concepts can distort everything else. That's literally what critical race theory is. The practice of criticizing social justice warriors, by doing that, you are actually involved in critical race theory practice. And it's supposed to be done by social and civil rights activists and scholars, and that's acceptable. It's not at your school board. It's not a politician or pundit doing it because they're unqualified and stupid. It's not about internet commenters or internet tough guys. But waptek, I literally made this definition. It's literally the definition for it. Most people use this one, whether they like saying it or not. It's about how the media, how laws, and how our social, political, and other activities, movements, and activism distorts race and ethnicity, or how race and ethnicity distort them. It's the interplay of them. That's critical race theory. It's our perceptions of race and ethnicity. Now, if we had critical gender theory, we would have a discussion on how our media, laws, social and political movements, and our lives are messed with and or mess with our perception of gender and sex and roles in society. We could call that critical gender studies or gender theory. Now, the wording, of course, critical race theory is made up by academia. It's completely worthless. It doesn't explain what it is. A better word for this is critique of race, ethnicity, or sex issues being discussed and how that always gets distorted by everything else. Or you could say that it's about critiquing how we discuss the subject itself, how we critique it. We're critiquing our critiquing methods. Now, what brought this on? I mean, our methods for criticizing social justice warriors, or maybe people who are against social justice, the act of doing so is distorted by the act of doing it. It's a Schrodinger's critique. Now let's go back to gender-neutral language, social policies, social institutions, social roles, and social structures. By eliminating this patently unnecessary thing when discussing whether or not I'm getting my taxes done by a male or female, I don't care. By eliminating that subject as a practice that we could all do, this reduces the possibility of us giving a shit about something that is not relevant. I want to point out where this came from. This is going to make you laugh. I saw a video channel posting top 5 paintball guns under $100. Yes, that's literally what I looked up. And the first thing out of the guy's mouth when discussing a gun he didn't like, it's obviously he didn't like it, was that it was light, therefore it was for girls. That's not what he said. He stumbled over himself. He can't help himself. He's preoccupied with it. The public's preoccupation with shit they know nothing about. He also didn't like that he wanted it to have a foregrip. We call that a dong. Let me talk a little smack about the guy. You lost a paintball tournament to somebody who had a cheap, lightweight paintball gun because there was a weight limit. And he put all the weight into carrying more paintballs than you and had a bigger tank in the buttstock. For him, it wasn't the dongle and the dangle that was important. It was the nice, big buttstock he got. He kept joking, nice dongle, but I got a nice ass. And he beat you in a paintball tournament to death. And actually went to the trouble of doing it while humiliating you. And the person who did it, I'm assuming male or female, actually I shouldn't do that, went ahead and made sure that you couldn't tell whether or not you were fighting against a hot chick or some guy dressed up as one with like literally rainbow-colored unicorn chick-looking thing going on. To distract the hell out of you when you're trying to fire on him or her. I don't have issues. Yeah, you do. So basically, you responded by saying this cheap paintball gun, the one you lost against because someone just put a big fucking tank on it and loaded it up with the right ammo and retuned it by putting in a better barrel. It was still under $200, and you spent $1,000 on your shit you fell on and broke. You brought up whether or not the person could be a girl by saying this is for a girl because it's lightweight. And then you discussed people under 13 getting into paintball or something like that and saying that it was still a gendered thing. No, you lost. That's all it's complaining about. The general public's preoccupation with shit they know nothing about and experts letting it color the discussion when they should just compel themselves not to bring up, I lost to somebody hot and I hope it was a girl. But anyway, you can look up critical race theory and critique my bullshit definition I created that's designed to create a discussion. And you can also say that making things gender neutral is good or bad. A car isn't male or female. You can call it that if you want to, but it isn't. And I don't want us to end up like certain countries that are beneath us because they genderify everything. And also, I don't think it's really relevant whether you identify as male, female, or an attack helicopter in the comment section. I don't care. And all I wanted to do was find a paintball pistol, someone put a long barrel on, and put the big tank on, and this guy was critiquing against it, and I thought it was funny. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. That's the entire video, and that's my rant on a bunch of random shit. Now, if you want to comment, please do so. Or should you?